alarm again.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? Mm-hmm. So her primary symptoms are abdominal pain, with secondary symptoms of nausea. Is there anything else? Alright then. Is there anything we should know besides to take the meds? No, her base constitution is quite good. So I'm sure she'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine. Please, make sure to stick to bland or less stimulating foods. Got it. Oh, you're going to take a nap already?
You move yourself to a regular patient's bed and relax completely. The weariness from work and intel gathering you've been holding back in the room. You can, however, still catch some hints of Paimon's conversation with Shizwin.
We've been to lots of places together. She may look a bit under the weather now. So you're the best of companions.
Companion, that word brings forth a wave of comfort. You let yourself relax and fall into restful sleep.
How do you feel? You slept for a really long time, but we never left. Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Miss Sijween.
Oh, and I know that just before lunch, she disappears. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fuck off. I'm gonna go here. Interesting. So, where exactly was that shown? Back here. Interesting. Looks like a hatch and more like a panel, but you know, whatever. Hello, Rosalino. Why are you here? Hmm. Interesting how we kept a failed alchemy experiment with us. It actually puts the alchemy into an actual, like, part of the story. Well, it's free wish. And a few other free stuff. Why not?
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you know, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, don't take my grilled fish, and Paimon talked with Sijween the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room.
There's a few weird things about the place. The movable hatch on the ground, as well as this question Susan asked Larvine. And also, were they really talking about their meds before we walked in? And was Larvine and are genuine, or were they just putting on a show? Hear me out.
You really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on.
Suspicions on a piece of paper. Yeah, she's good at it. Promise the ninth day arrives. Whoop 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 whoop. Do we canonically get that much of actual work stuff? Like, did I get 9 days worth? Did I get 9 days worth of coupons? Where are my coupons? How do I see coupons? I just realized I don't actually know how to see them. Uh, is there a way to view my coupons? Hmm. Hmm. Let's see what we're gonna talk about this
Did
time.
you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule.
That's good. That means we've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago. And as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, why is she?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Perhaps that's true. You are both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our respective loyalties.
Yeah, we're here under New Roulette. You're here under Arlecchino.
You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume you're...
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future, too.
Yeah, and also, we're friends with bunches of members of the Fatui at this point. Child's one of our bestest friends, and in fact is one of the main ships for both, well, mainly just Lumine.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fremine and Lynette feel the same way. Glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her. Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Okay, then.
But aren't y'all twins? Aren't y'all twins and not... Whatever, I don't know. They might... Well, then again, Eric is technically my older brother. Because he's 2 minutes older.
Lynette should be... Oh, strange.
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan.
Let's see if there are any clues around here.
Okay. None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right?
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or...
Lyney's about to go sicko mode.
There are some books here, and advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melusine?
Seems quite normal to me. These are...
Now we gotta go to this thing.
Ah, this is it!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look... The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? Let's look around here for some more clues.
He's definitely beginning to panic. Don't panic. He probably said that subconsciously, more for himself than anyone else. Yeah, it's because of Lynette.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message.
This is...
Is that all? The back.
Show me! Now!
That look like... Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now. No.
Wriothesley. Did he deliver?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't...
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Don't panic, just think Wait, you're right. The fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds...
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave?
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible...
Lyney's getting more and more panicked. Don't be like this, Lyney. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler...
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go.
He's rushed out the door! After him!
Hello, Sejwin.
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make...
It's not impossible, but it'll require...
Is that so? Huh?
Someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. Someone! Please help!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. What a delightful turn of events. I
Hmm.
like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. Oh my! What's wrong, little one? Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him. He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
All right.
Come out and face...
Come out and face me, in ears.
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you...
What did you do to my
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take...
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right...
Is he trying to trick me? You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start. So you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation. As for Fremine... No. You probably didn't even interfere.
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not. What do you...
Lyney!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me. Meager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody.
Wait. You locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver.
No. We're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Lyney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating.
I have no idea where this is going. This is really fun. I love Hoyoverse storytelling.
Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Lyney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremenet is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I that he cannot last out there forever. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Lyney, you have one last chance to invite your father here.
Lyney!
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremenet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6,
Wait,
2, time's up.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler!
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws. Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found? I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Okay. If you break the hidden rule of the production zone, your wolfram might contain something strange meat. Who will see it if you keep working continuously? Where's the fifth one? Who will see it if you keep working continuously?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour. I often see Miss Sejuin observing the prisoners at work.
Yeah, Cedrin. What circumstances does the strange meat appear?
I've been told that the infirmary, the Fonta promoter has been struggling. Fonta's internal reports suggest the research note said that the Melusine... According to Collins, the pancreation... Fonta's internal report... The Fonta promoter has been struck. We often see Miss Sijuin observe... I've been told that the infirmary...
Let me do that. Why does change me to appear the way it does?
According to Collins, the pancreation tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans.
Ah, I'm a genius! It's because of Melusines.
So that's what's going on. The hidden rule of the production zone.
Oh my god, you still have it.
Supposed to work 3 days in a row, and at first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. But in reality, they were all prepared by Sijuin. That she often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijuin visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sijuin has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However, unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out. Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijuin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged. All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the pancreation ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
Okay. Pancreation hidden rule, of course, it's just a thing. You sent the package containing the strange blood-colored fuel.
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new...
Why does it look the way it does?
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value. Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product.
Cancel choice.
The Fonta promoter has been...
And then this one is this.
Fonta's internal reports...
Why do only those who buy tickets to support both fighters receive the package?
According to Collins, the pancreation tournament...
Nope, two are wrong. Who sent the package containing the strange blood-colored fluid?
I've been told that the infirmary... The research note said that the Melusine... According to Collins, the pancreation tournament only took place...
Okay, was I right the first time?
The Fonta promoter has been...
There we go.
Paimon gets this rule too now. That hidden rule of the pancreation ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fonta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale. They came to the Fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the pancreation tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fonta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. Alright, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought is, you'll...
Lyney, are you alright?
Whoa, close one. I owe you, Siegeway.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Siegeway, though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional.
Lean.
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty.
Interesting. I'll stop this recording and start a new